Good morning, Martin here on this beautiful day. You can see I'm out in the countryside, just walking Salton. I'm going to start my YouTube channel and it's going to be keeping everything real. In fact, I think I'll call it Everything Real. It'll be based around training, coaching, life motivation, my experiences in life, and hopefully helping someone to motivate them in theirs. In a world full of online coaches and bullshit, I'm going to actually give you some real life experience and tell you my experiences and what's worked in a real life rather than bullshit clickbait stuff. Half the time no one's experienced and it definitely doesn't work. Wow, it's a lovely day today. First of all, I'm doing some cardio, walking the dog. Nowadays it's called steps, whichever you want to call it, it's okay. And trust me, it doesn't matter whether you do that on an empty stomach or whenever you can fit it through the day. The fact is that you fit it in and it's calories in against expenditure out. That's the basics of it. No science, no bullshit, no big words. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'll probably do 5,000 steps this morning and 5,000 steps this afternoon or this evening, whenever I can fit it in, inside or outside, it doesn't matter. Okay, motivation. Everybody needs it to achieve anything in life, personal, business, training, whatever. Everybody needs motivation. And if you look at most people's Facebook, Instagram, social media, including mine, I'm a slave to it, I suppose. Everybody posts positive things when life just isn't like that. So this is what my videos are for. You know, we all get days when we don't want to do anything, or something comes up and it's more important than what we had planned and puts a spanner in the works, so to speak. So it's always good to have positive posts to help you break through those points in life, but it's also, well, I wouldn't say okay, but it's part of life that we get them, and everyone's human, no matter whether you're a top social media influencer or just average Joe who works 9 to 5 or whatever. Really, we all get those down points, we all get those up points in life. We just got to ride them through. But having someone accountable to you and help you talk through your problems, that is a big plus in life. If you're like me and you live on your own, you don't really go out much and you don't mix very much, even though people on social media look at you and think, oh, you're very popular now. That's not always the case. For some people, that's their lifeline to the outside, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't say they're friends, but their associates are on social media, and really that's my case because I don't mix with people. I've got a couple of friends from school, but other than that, keep myself to myself, and my private life is my private life. I like to walk the dog, I like to go in the country. You know, I'm not always dressed immaculate and always pumped up in a vest. You'll see me in old scruffy clothes, and that's the real me. So I suppose there's two sides to every story, but to motivate people and to keep that image of success, which I think to some degree people have got to have to believe in themselves, then you post a lot of positive things and the good things in life, because nobody really wants to see. The main thing is that we have someone to relate to, possibly in the same situation, or someone you aspire to be, well, not like, to be in their situation. Because everybody with a goal and something to aspire to has more chance of achieving, and that's the fact of life for humans. On another note, don't don't set your aspirations too high. Don't look at somebody way out of your present state of mind or physical presence and try to achieve what they achieve in months and then get disheartened. Everybody's on a different journey and everybody should take it in their own stride, compliment themselves on every little step they make and improvement. It's very easy to run away with, I want to look like someone, I need to look like someone, and it turns into a burden rather than a motivation factor. So take things slowly, each day at a time, and reward every little achievement. That's just that, a reward really. And don't get yourself down on achieving the impossible, because when you look at people, you will feed yourself false hope on, say, let's for example, you take the best bodybuilder in the world and you want to achieve that. 99% of the time, flies everywhere. You won't achieve that because genetically you are not in a position to achieve that. Same as, say, you want to be a top footballer. As genetics play a great deal in every aspect of life, whether it's sport, business, anything. Everybody's suited for something. So where you might not excel 100% in one given sport or arena, so to speak, you can give it your best and be a better version of yourself. So what I'm saying is, don't get hung up on being better than the person you aspire to be like. Aspire to be the best you can and the best version of yourself. Now I'll touch on the subject of online coaches and the bullshit world we live in, and the amount of trainers on there that shouldn't really be training people because they've got no experience. And it is a very well-known fact. This is happening quite a lot. If you look at my videos, they're very basic, but you might have someone with great skills at videography and scientific big words and total bollocks pushing their business to get online coaches, sorry, not online coaches, online clients, which they will because they're very good at marketing. But when it comes down to nut and bolts of coaching, basically, if you haven't been there and you haven't done it, you haven't done a lot of it and done it well, how the fuck can you be a coach? Just my chain of thought, but old school, usually right, and it's not being bitter or anything, it's true fact. Yeah, earn your stripes, we used to when we were younger. Learn from those who've been there and done it. Maybe push it to the next level if you can. So be very wary on good Christmas wrapping, so to speak. Let's have a look what's on the inside really, and the credentials. And that's a big thing lacking in our industry. Good coaches with 20, 30 years experience who basically are going to know what they're on about because they've been there and learnt the hard way. We used to go into a gym and learn from the best in the world, not from Joe Blogs with a camera, a tripod, no experience, but a load of bullshit, big scientific words, never ever competed, or let's just say never ever won a show, and they're trying to coach everybody, saying they can be a better person if they were coaching with them, when the person they're trying to coach is actually better than them anyway. Just a chain of thought really. Yeah, so I walk Sultan, like I say, it's going to be called Keep It Real, and these are my real thoughts. Take what you want from them. Sultan's taking what he wants, he's having a roll in the field. Just giving you guys a look at the area that I moved to. Absolutely beautiful. I was born around here. We used to play armies and grew up with the best childhood out around these parts. No phones, no gimmicks, just good old-fashioned country life. I'm going to take you into now this beautiful lake I found. It is my thinking point. I often come here, obviously with Sultan, at night and now, relax, do some thinking. I'm going to do some videos here on everything that's going through my mind on the topics that I've mentioned. As you can see in a minute, this is absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. Look at this. Now they say that the UK in our country is fucked. There's a duck there, look, and 99% of it is true. But when you find little places like this, havens for wildlife, peace and quiet, it brings you back down to earth, and it really calms the mind and the soul. So that's just a bit of an insight into where I'm at, where a lot of my videos are going to be based on our walks. So if you've got any topics you want to be covering on training or life or motivation or anything, really, drop me a message and I'll do a talk on it. Got a squirrel walking across there, as you can see there. He's right in the middle of the road there. There we go. Beautiful haven for wildlife around here. And really, that's my passion and place where I would say I'm at peace. Someone just spotted a squirrel. I would let him off, but he wouldn't come back. So yeah, we continue on to topic in a minute, but this is where you'll find me most of the time. No matter the city life. I left Worcester about a year ago, and that's the best move I ever made. Full of toxic people and a lifestyle I don't really gel with, really, but that's another story. Well, I just had a great video of a buzz until Sultan pulled the camera out of my hand. Perils of bringing your dog everywhere with you, but hey ho. Here's the other end of the lake where I often sit and think. You just can't beat this view. It's brilliant. I'll actually zoom back out because Sultan pulled the camera. So he could be a hindrance, a beautiful dog, but a hindrance sometime when I'm trying to film wildlife. But he has no off switch, he doesn't know the difference, so bless him. He just loves his walks and his rolls in the grass, as you can see. Come on then, Sultan. Come on, leave that, come on. Come on, he's found something in the grass now. Oh, here we go. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. You ready to go this way and don't eat the grass? Come on, don't eat the grassy. Come on then, come on. Absolutely stunning morning. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. And when you're not feeling positive, just get yourself out for a walk in the country. I guarantee you, an hour's walk in the country just sat there, you will be feeling 100% better. And it'll charge you up for the rest of the day. So just get out there, enjoy the countryside, enjoy the world, because remember, we're only here for a short time. And if you're thinking of doing something, do it. Don't just sit on your ass indoors all day. That's another very, very negative, demotivating trait most people have. Just get out there, experience new things. Is that buzzard? He's lovely, look at him. Gorgeous bird that is. Right, back to coaching questions. I've had a few inquiries lately about online coaching now. And the thing is, with a lot of young people, you get the stereotypical message on they need help. And then within 0 to hero stage, it goes into like, what steroids do you take, or what steroids do you advise? I've got a testosterone deficiency, or I need to build quick. Now listen, you're talking to the wrong person about that. I didn't use steroids. I started training when I was 18 years old. I didn't use steroids at all till I was 26 years old. Believe that or believe that not, it's entirely up to you. I competed natural for 6-8 years, and let me tell you something, I use very minimum now. I'll outlay my, I wouldn't even call it a stack really, sometime, but that's not the issue topic today. What I would say to you is build a fucking physique. Yeah, there's no supplement in this world. There's no replacement for hard work. Most people don't train hard, they stay on the fucking cables all day. I watched some influencer doing a cable routine for back, saying his full back hard workout yesterday, and he's got millions of followers, I'll give him that. But why he posts that, I know why he posts it, because everybody wants to have an easy training session and believe from him that they're doing it right, and that'll get them a massive back. But trust me, hard work, compound movements, squat, deadlift, bent over row, barbell curls, train till your guts falls out basically. Leave the fucking cables alone. They have their place for a finishing, but you're never going to build a massive back, you're never going to build massive legs or chest or anything like that with cables. So what I provide is basic programs. They work, high intensity style training and basic nutrition. I was taught by the best in the world, Dorian Yates, and when we started training, we went to his gym. Basically not because it was flash, far from it. It was probably the roughest gym in the UK at the time. You had one entrance, no fire exit. There used to be rats on the stairs, and you know, any normal gym goer nowadays would be horrified by it. But the atmosphere, the weights, the machines they had may have been old, but they worked, and they worked very well, and the atmosphere was electric. Come 12 o'clock on a Saturday was legs day, and the whole gym locked down except for those doing legs, and you cannot emulate that atmosphere. I don't care whether you're training Oxygen Gym or all these faffy new gyms around the world, you can't emulate that energy that we had then. And I challenge any of the new influencers to train legs with us back in the day, and I guarantee you they would be throwing up, or a lot of them would be dead probably. And yeah, the cables worked. Sometimes they were broke, but sometimes they weren't. But what I'm trying to say is get to basics on everything. Don't rush in life on your training. Start with basic nutrition, basic training, basic advice from people that have been there, and I guarantee you will achieve and progress 100-fold compared to listening to some influencer who, some of them don't even look like they train. Yeah, might have done one show, not placed by the way, and preaching they are a coach. It's a fucking joke. Right, I've let the loony off for a run while I walk along this bit. Next topic. Equipment for videographer. I listen to a lot of influencers, and they go back to when they started filming basically. And this relates to everything in life. They say if they lost everything and had to do it again, they'd go back to basics with their iPhone in their room and start putting out positive messages. And that was probably 10 years ago, some of them. But the fact here is, it doesn't matter what you use for recording, it's getting the message out there. I mean, I'm using my iPhone with a semi stick, I suppose, whatever you call it. I don't know, not semi stick, it sounds a bit wrong, but selfie stick, I suppose. But the fact is, I'm recording me, real me. Yeah, no glam, no bullshit, no editing, just me. So everybody starts somewhere, and that's the same for training. Everybody starts somewhere. Don't expect to be Superman, and you can buy all the gear and have no idea. But basically, as long as you turn up, that's when you get the results, and you keep turning up. A lot of people I've trained recently and the past go gun-ho for 10 weeks. They're really into it because there's a goal set at the end. Then they stop. They don't need a coach. But then you notice they stop training, and every excuse in the book comes out. But the real thing is, they're not holding themselves accountable to anyone. That's why they slip back to their old habits with the initial thought, I've got there, and that's stuck in their heads. They've achieved something, yet they're slowly slipping back to their old ways, and it's a vicious circle. A bit like, what's that weight loss program that everybody was on at one time? Slimmers World, yeah. So you go on something like Slimmers World, they give you a calorie deficit diet, which is basically starvation with shakes and that. And you achieve your goal of losing weight, because you will lose weight, but then you stop the course because you think you don't need it anymore, which really you can't sustain it. And then you pile on the weight and some, because you go into rebound phase where you eat normal foods, well, your normal foods, which is usually junk, and you go back up and some more. So then you think, what worked? So you go back onto that, rather than getting a coach and having a sustainable diet and training program to make it a life change. That's what you really need. None of this bullshit, none of this sales talk from big companies. You need someone to invest in you as much as you invest in them. They're generally glad you achieve and want to see you achieve, but they also want you to be an advocate for your business, for their business, sorry, in a way that it shows their skills and it shows your happiness in achieving. So that's what I'm saying. Doesn't matter what equipment you use, doesn't matter where you train, doesn't matter if you're using a £3,000 camera or a £200 second-hand iPhone. It doesn't matter if you're dressed in whatever gear, you know, top of the range, £200, £300, £400 tracksuit, or you go to a second-hand junk shop, which I do sometimes, and buy training gear. Doesn't matter. The fact is, it matters that you actually turn up and do the fucking work. You know, cut the bullshit in this modern world, all the glam and what you see on social media. You know, just get the work done, get the results, then show off your results. I suppose that's a good bit of advice there, isn't it? Well, that's the end of my first video. You will see this on YouTube. I'm going to label it Real Talk, because that's what it is. As you can see, it's an absolute beautiful day. Me and Sultan are going to say goodbye. Sultan, say goodbye. There you go. And I'm going for a coffee, unlock the gym, do a bit of training, and then relax for the day. So if you like this video, drop a like, send me a message if you want some topics or help, and until the next video, keep it real.